Welcome back. Glad to see you guys again for part 2 of this series of The Artist's Mind. We're actually talking about productivity today. It's been brought to my attention, let me get a little bit more comfortable. It's been brought to my attention that a lot of my peers are having some issues with productivity. They want to figure out how to balance their time with classes. It's like, I got 4 classes, I got 5 classes. I'm a mother, father, I'm a best friend, how do I really get the most out of my time? And then some of you are like, hey, I'm doing this schoolwork, but that's about all I can do. I'd really like to do some, portfolio development and work on ideas. And some people are just like, I'm actually having a hard time just staying up with class, or maybe I'd like to socialize more. I'd like to have more college friends, because being an online student, you may not feel like part of a university as a whole body. You might just feel like a single entity connected to this larger body, but you don't necessarily feel connected to it. We want to basically take you from here with this university and kind of merge it together, bringing you the best of on-campus, online, and just kind of social gathering and inspiration, whatever you want to call it. We want to bring all of that good stuff to you. So I and some of my peers, shout out to Leilani Burke. I've been working with her for a couple of months now with productivity, and we've worked on our own methods to help us get through. She's, I believe, taking 4 classes, and I'm like, wow. I mean, to even afford to take 4 classes is one thing. To actually do well and to be doing 4 classes is another thing, and I'm definitely trying to get there. So everything that I do today is going to prepare me to take more classes. Currently I'm just taking 2. As you guys know, I'm taking ARC 170 and IAD 161. It's not a lot of work. I'm thankful that these classes are not super challenging, but nonetheless, my productivity methods are going to help you hopefully have more time to spend on yourself, hopefully give you more time for your family, and really give you some time to feel like you actually are living your life, and not just going to school, or not just working and not doing the stuff that you love to do in the first place. So what is this? What am I talking about? I'm talking about Mastering Modern Productivity. It's called MMP, and MMP stands for Mastering Modern Productivity. I created this, like I said, a couple months ago, and it follows a lot of things. Like, if you've ever heard of GTD, GTD stands for Getting Things Done, and it was created by a guy named David Allen. David Allen is one of the guys that I follow. He is just like way up there. He has a productivity method, GTD, which focuses on taking things from our mind, putting them in a trusted location, like either physical, if you're that kind of a physical person. I know some of my peers really love handwriting notes. They really love the whole drawing aspect. Whatever it is, just get it out of your head to a trusted place where you know you're going to come back to it, and this is called an inbox. There's other type of inboxes, like file cabinets. File cabinets are also inboxes. So this GTD talks about how to take things from your mind, putting it in a trusted location, and how to actually filter it, whether it's, it's either going to be trash, it's either going to be something that you're going to use in the future, or something that's going to happen someday maybe. Those are kind of the 3 key features, and I'll do some videos talking about GTD in its own, but right now we're talking about MMP, which just uses some of the ideas of GTD. I know it's a lot of abbreviations, so forgive me, bear with me. I'm going to explain everything, and hopefully it's going to be very, very crystal clear to you. So MMP focuses on capturing your ideas. It focuses on how to take emails and empty out your emails into a trusted place where maybe you have this library of stuff. Like, a lot of us use Evernote. I use Evernote exclusively. Shout out to Evernote, evernote.com. That program, that little piece of software, it runs on everything. It runs on the web, it runs on your phones, it runs on your tablets, it runs on Mac, Windows, Linux, it doesn't matter. It is like the best note-taking piece of software in the world. If you have not seen it, I'm going to put a link in this video linking to Evernote for Intro to Evernote. You can watch that, you can kind of see the interface, you can see the stuff you can do with it. It's a long video, but like I said, you can just kind of skim through it and get some ideas of how to use it for yourself. But I use Evernote exclusively. Then we have things like Dropbox. Dropbox is a way to have a digital file bin where you take ideas or files from your partners and drop them into a particular location. You can filter them and have different categories, different folders. You can share folders with different teammates. Very cool collaborative piece of software. And we're getting some notifications on Google Plus here. Okay, so we use, like I said, we use our MMP with Gmail, Dropbox, Evernote. I've got a whole list of apps to use to make your life better and easier. So let's talk a little bit about the concepts behind MMP. MMP works off of a ratio of 50, 25, and 25. And I'm going to do my best to annotate along the bottom here these different ratios. So you're an online student, or maybe you're an on-campus student. This MMP is a way to divide your time to give you an equal amount of good work, personal responsibilities, whether it be taking care of family, taking care of your kids, seeing grandma, responsibilities, taking out the trash, walking the dog, and then you have another 25%, which is like, relaxation, going to the spa, going out to eat once in a while, having a brainstorming session where you're actually working on portfolio ideas to make you a much sharper student. Maybe it might be 25% of that time you're going to use to research companies. Like recently I've been looking up different companies that I want to work for as an architect before I get my own practice, and I use that 25% of my time to research that. So you're like, well, wait a second, it sounds pretty good, but how do I actually do it? And what do these ratios actually mean? So let's start with the first one. 50% of your time is going to be school. You're going to spend 50% of all the time you have on school. Let's say if you have a 10 hour, you've got 10 hours to do work. I'm just putting 10 as an equal number, as a good number. You got 10 hours to do work. Now you're going to take 5 hours. For 5 hours you're going to be doing nothing but school. No social media, no Google Plus, no Twitter, no TV, no. Okay, well, I use Pandora sometimes to do schoolwork. So whatever you do to do your work to get it done, do that. But is that 100% effort for 50% of your time? Excuse me. So we're going to take 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of that time is going to be like, I don't have a girlfriend or a wife or any kids, so my responsibilities are like paying bills, cooking, taking out the trash. Excuse me again, let me have some more tea. Love my Tiavana. Taking out the trash, walking the dog. That's all responsibility that you're going to do for 2.5 hours of that 10-hour total time. And we're just going with numbers here. This is just to divide numbers. And then you're going to have another 2.5 hours left where you're going to be, sleeping. Or I guess you know what? Let's put that sleeping in that first 25%. Let's just say that this last 2.5 hours is going to be like, recently I'm all dressed up all nice and everything because I just had a spa day. I haven't had one in a while. I said, you know what, let me treat myself. And, I'm gonna, the whole nine, coconut scrub and get all romantic, and you got candles and incense and do all that good zenful type stuff. I love to do that. And I think that people should spend more time doing that stuff, because then you're gonna really, really appreciate yourself a lot more. You're gonna find that when you actually get to doing the things that you want to do, it's gonna be easier to do that kind of stuff. So that last 2.5 hours is going to be, making yourself feel good, really journaling, blogging, social media, getting to know other people, networking with other artists. I'm on Google Plus all the time. I've started our AMA group on Google Plus. I've started the Academy of Art Circle. We currently have 32 members there, where those are like more serious collaborators. And we have our AAU, which I also created, which is for Academy of Art students to have homework help, have friends, all that kind of stuff. So that other last 25% I'm using to do all those different things on top of portfolio development, AutoCAD, 3D Studio Max, Maya, whatever. And it's really, really helpful. I'm able to get a lot of projects done. And the last thing with MMP is about your mindsets. The mindset is very, very important. You have to have the mindset of you are the man or woman of tomorrow, but today. It is a very big thing. Those of you who have watched The Secret or read the book, it's a very good book, very good read, very good movie. It talks about the law of attraction in the universe, how what you think about, you bring about. So if you're thinking about, oh man, this class is hard and I can't do it, or next week is going to be horrible, or my teacher is a blah, and it's really difficult, you're going to be bringing more of those different kind of emotions and feelings to manifest in you. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is you have to really be zenful. Keep your environment zenful. Keep your environment clean. You cannot be productive in a crappy work environment. Look at your desk. Look at where you do the most of your work. If it's messy, that's probably why you feel like you got a messy mind. If your room is messy, your room is where you're going to have this kind of, in a way, dead space where it just kind of lingers. Keep your windows open from time to time. Let some of that air flow through the house. Light some candles, make it smell good. Make sure your bed stays made. All of these things are going to help you have a very zenful environment. That's part of MMP as well. Definitely, I'm gonna record more videos. Please, you guys, leave me comments below. Let me know if you appreciate these videos. Let me know if this information is helpful to you. Uh, you know, Write some of your ideas out there. What do you guys do to keep your own MMP? Like, what is your method of productivity? And try some of these things out. And if it works, let me know if it works. And I'm going to do my best to give you guys more examples. And let's go ahead and move on to another segment, or we'll just close this off for now. But again, I'm Phil Bailey, architect major at Academy of Art, and this is episode 2 of The Artist's Mind. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more.